So let's start. We just go to what we need to know. Then we move ahead. So what do you understand by capital budget?
Budgeting to capital.
Capital budget. What do you understand by capital budget?
When you spread your money across each project.
Investment appraiser, okay. What else?
Investment rationale.
Investment
Rationale.
Investment rationale. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Quickly now. We want to go and join the NSAS protest, so that's already up.
They finish that before we finish.
There's so much. Just don't eat too many. But that I saw some people online Instagram where they saying you should come and they're putting rice and different things. Someone said this is 10 million budget. They put fried rice. Then they want for COVID. 9 point something billion. They put one indomie, one egg, and
She country one. People like Father, they do this country. Okay, we move.
That's no police permission. It's better than the zero that does not do that.
Yeah, patience and don't
okay, so quickly capital budgeting. It will not be disturbing you there. So capital budgeting. And
valuation and evaluation.
She went for program.
So that line you get where this week, I don't remember.
Okay, so
program now.
These guys.
okay, so this is what capital budgeting is all about. You looking at you taking up a capital project. Capital project. Maybe an organization tries to take up a capital project and deciding whether it is going to be profitable or it's going to be probably a loss. That's what you're actually doing. We're evaluating a capital project, whether it's going to be profitable or it's going to be a loss. You see, when you are into all those people that do corporate finance, all those people that do all those investment analysts, when they want to do projects, what they do is they do capital budgeting or to evaluate if the project is going to be profitable or not. Are we good? So any other, who can add to it for us? Quickly. Who can add to it too? Why are you guys quiet? What's the issue? You order pizza. So what should we order? Or should we do our own NSAS test?
You do your own.
I'll do cake. How much is the cake? Is it cake not to eat?
You know just like the cake, the one that they got from NSAS.
Yeah, that's also cake.
Okay, so let's write. Then you write a lot here. I'll tell you the one that is very important and the one that is not. Let's write.
Very bad.
So capital budgeting is the process. Capital budgeting. You want to write? Then big one. So you're tired. Capital budgeting is the process that companies use for decision making. On capital projects. So it can be 1 year or more. On capital projects, it can be 1 year or more. That's all. So this one is for the capital budgeting process as follows. So we have four process for capital budgeting. One, You generate ideas. Generating ideas. 1. Generating ideas. 2. Analyzing individual proposals. 3. Planning the capital budget. Then 4, the last one, monitoring and post-auditing. So this is important. Just note those 4.
Planning the capital
budget, then 4, monitoring and post-auditing. So those are the 4 process of capital budgeting. So any one of these will come out to your OBJ.
Again?
I think that's
3.
4.
Mr. Shenny.
Yes, ma'am. How are you? How are you, ma'am? Why are you not in class?
Can
You
you
go
go
for
through the points again? Can you go through the points again?
Okay, did you go for NSAS? Did you go for NSAS project? Why?
They said they've been blocking roads so that I don't get stuck.
Okay, so that's why you decided to be safe, Abby. That's what technology has turned us into, Abby. We can always work from home. Okay, so that's good.
Ask your question.
So the 4 steps: capital budgeting process, generating ideas. 2, analyzing individual proposals. 3, planning the capital budget. Then 4, monitoring and post-auditing. Monitoring and post-auditing. Hope we are with our calculators. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So there are different categories in which you can use capital budgeting process. Like for instance now, there are different categories in which you can use capital budgeting process. One of them is replacement projects.
There are different what?
Different categories in which you can use capital budgeting process. Different categories. For instance now, you want to replace a project. So for instance now, let's say for instance, we want to evaluate if all those investment analysts, this is your line to shine, all those portfolio managers, it's your line to shine. So you can just be helping us too. So who can give us an example when you want to do a replacement project? I'll be pointing to you more here. Oh yeah, replacement project. When you want to do a replacement project, so give us example.
Replacement project.
So this guy is just disturbing this guy, just walking up and down.
Oh yeah, the major, quickly. The major, yeah, go and sit down.
Or you join online.
So replacement project. Okay, like for instance, okay, where we use capital budgeting process, we've identified that what you need capital budgeting process for is to determine if a project is going to be good or not. If a capital project is going to be good or not. We now said that it could be 1 year, it could be more than 1 year. We're now saying, when do we need capital budgeting process? One of them is replacement project. So like when do we say we want to do a replacement project, that like we want to use capital budgeting?
No, can you capital budgeting for less than a year?
Yes.
Maybe total refurbishment or something.
Total refurbishment, how? Okay, let me go back to your point. It's possible. It's possible you might decide to test if, for instance, if you want to invest in a project now, who can give me a short-term project that you can invest in?
Reinforcement.
Reinforcement, how?
Like for that we don't build assets now.
Okay.
Reinforcing the floor to be able to
So
stand.
which asset?
Okay, you are saying, okay, let me get to that part very well. Reinforcement, explain. The Meji, mad disturb class one.
I'm not understanding it now.
Long live assets, you are not around when we did long live assets.
He knows it.
Long live assets.
You are not around.
And that's why I'm lost.
You cannot do, we are not, see, there's nobody that knows FRA here. So you come back when you are doing FRA, you ask, please, go ahead there.
No, I'm saying that I don't know if it is, I'm asking, is it part of it?
Okay, you are talking about replacement project, Abi? Okay, you've given, so explain to us, what does that reinforcement mean?
Like, for example, you have this type of wall.
Okay.
Or floor. You cannot withstand a certain type of improvement. So you need to redo the floor or something.
Okay, I'm not getting you. Maybe later on, Sha, who can give us another example? Yeah, just give us capital budgeting process. Just why? How would we need capital budgeting process and where?
Building a well.
Building a well, yes, it's possible. You want to build a well, whether if you build this well, or probably or borehole, Abi. So you now want to check which is going to be better for the organization, Abi. Okay, for instance, now if you build this well, how much will it cost, and what in the long run will it be profitable? Okay, so if you build the borehole now, will it be profitable or not, Abi? Okay, so for instance now, so what replacement? No, we are just talking about capital budgeting now. So what replacement project is talking about is, for instance now, you are doing Uber. You have a car. You have a car that you're using to do Uber. You've used it for 5 years. We now want to check if should you buy a new car? Should you buy a new car? The cost, and will it be profitable, or should you maintain this one and see what it will give you? Are we good? It's just like an hypothetical example. Who can give me other examples now? Because I just want us to be running through, I want us to understand why we are here. So in case maybe when you ask about it, because I can give you what you need to know within like 30 minutes, but it doesn't make sense when we are just running through it. Okay, very good. Okay.
And the machine is producing, let's say, 10,000 units.
Okay.
Because it has well down. So you are looking at, should I continue using this machine? 10,000, or I should replace it with the machine that can produce 15,000?
Yes. So what you now do is, do we understand? So let's say you are doing bread now. You are doing bread, all this factory. And the machine you are using is giving you 10,000. You do 10,000 bread of 100 naira. All those of us that like agege bread very well. Of 100 naira. So that is project A. That's to buy another machine which is new, and that one will be producing 15 of 100. So what you are, as an accountant, what you have to do is to compare the two to check if you repair this one or maintain it very well. In the long run, will it be better than this one? Are we good? So when you are doing such project for big organizations, this is just like a small hypothetical example. For big organizations, they do one of them is they do replacement. When you are doing replacement, when you want to replace a machine or an item or like that, you do replacement for you use capital budgeting. Are we good? Another example is we've done replacement project, like expansion. For instance, now when you want to expand, like for instance now, let's say you can give me any organization that is expanding now. Did you guys see this guy? What's it called? This new acquisition that this guy did, Paystack. Did you see it? Yes. Those are the things they will do when they have their corporate finance team. They will do all those analyses to compare if they should continue or they should continue buying building and stuff like that. Those analyses will now compare, should they stay in one place, maybe head office, or should they get maybe other branches, and to see if it is if it makes sense for their expansion. So first thing is replacement, Abi. Another thing is expansion, Abi. When you are expanding, you need to use capital budgeting to confirm if it makes sense. Who can give me an example again?
expansion.
Yeah, no. Another example of why we need capital budgeting. No, just say it now. Then give me an example. I know it's on the board. That's why I left it on the board. Read it and say it. New product. For instance, now you want to move into, maybe you've been doing orange Fanta. You want to move into black currant Fanta. So those are the things you need for new products, new services, new item, and things like that. You will need capital budgeting. Are we good? You can give me other examples.
You want to discontinue an operation.
Yes, you want to discontinue an operation. Should you discontinue it or should you not discontinue it, Abi?
Mandatory projects.
Okay, we can give an example of mandatory project. Like government has given that you have to do specific. Like maybe you want to do a road. Please go ahead.
All cars should be, what is it called? Carbon free by 2020 something.
All cars should not be using maybe fuel again, Abi. Oh yeah. You're saying something, I'm with you.
Yeah, environmental friendly.
Okay, environmental friendly. Okay, so how does it become a capital project?
You have to start, because before you were thinking of the inputs in your cars that will make it. How do I put it? Explain to me.
Not an example.
Okay, so categories of, so you guys should note all this one. We have, so when we could use capital budgeting, when we are doing replacement projects, expansion, new products. Are we good? So you guys can note it. Okay. Are we good? So we are now moving to the important point now. We are moving into the important. Yes, ma.
Please, can you increase the size? It's like the front of the notes.
Is it okay now?
One more. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is important now from here. So this is important. These are for you to do capital budgeting. For you to do capital budgeting, there are principles behind it. These are the principles behind it now. So let's write. One, decisions are based on cash flows. Decisions are based on cash flows. Decisions are based on cash flows and not accounting income. And not accounting income. Two, timing of cash flow is crucial. Timing of cash flow is crucial. Timing of cash flow is crucial. So we'll talk about this when we are doing. So imagine like the usual example they used to give when you want to start finance. They'll tell you for you to receive money now, and they give you money later. Which one would you prefer? Okay, they will say somebody will come and meet you and they tell you, okay, if I should give you 100,000 now and then 1 million next week, which one will you prefer? 1 million next week. Okay, so the person will now tell you that that's the normal strategy. The person will now tell you that you don't know what will happen to this person tomorrow. He might miss that, and before you know it now, they will kill him. And but this one that is sure that you can get now is better. No, you tell you to transfer to your account now. No, you not send it to the one that has ATM. So the thing is, so timing of cash flow is crucial. As an accountant, as you move ahead, or as an investment manager or analyst, when you start managing portfolios, when you start managing bigger portfolios, bigger people, there are decisions you will take. It now depends on how smart you are. Depends on how smart you are. There was one stuff we're doing with one company. The amount we agreed then was we agreed $250,000. So let's move by. We said cash flow are based on opportunity cost. We've spoken about that one. So for instance, now I have opportunity like the example. Please, are you? Or is it because you're looking around? Have you eaten? Have you guys eaten? You guys didn't go for break. Left. What happened? So, do you still want to eat? Should we get? Okay. We can order. You guys can eat. Then we continue gisting and talking trade. So let's continue. So as I was saying, opportunity, like the example we gave, you have your money. So why would I want to do something lesser and just pay and just because of we don't want to be in CBN's bad book and losing opportunity of making 200 million to 100,000? Have you seen those rules, all those penalties recently? They will say if you do this one, you pay 10,000 and you will steal 5 million to pay 10,000. Why wouldn't you steal that 5 million to pay that 10,000? Do you understand? So those are opportunity costs. So the next one, number 4, cash flow are analyzed based on after-tax basis. 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 So when you move to level 2, all of you will pass. When you move to level 2, because by that time you guys will not even remember, you don't even call my line again. I will call you, will not pick my call again. That's how you will do now. You not pick my line again. I'll see you in your seat. They say, good morning. I say, that boy, let him pass, guy. I know him. Let him pass. So when you move to level 2, we'll talk more tax and everything, but let's not. So when there's another capital budgeting on tax, on so many things in level 2. So cash flow are based on after-tax basis. Okay. So the next one, financing costs are ignored. These are important. Financing costs are ignored. Financing costs are ignored. Financing costs are ignored. So those are the 5 important things to know for your or capital project. Okay, so decisions are based on, we've talked about it, on cash flow and not on what's it called? On not accounting income. There's something we call sunk costs. Just know that sunk costs are past costs. They are irrelevant costs. Do we understand? So you don't put it inside it. It's only based on incremental costs. Sunk costs. There's something we call sunk costs. Who can give an example of sunk costs? You can give me an example. Electricity. Okay. How? Yes. For instance, now you've painted this house before. You've painted this house before. It was 100,000, and you want to evaluate a new project. Why would you put this paint that you've painted it before? Look at a typical example. Just like say something that you've incurred before. It doesn't make sense to put it in your new project. Are we good? Maybe maybe charges that they've charged you, but the banks have charged you. You are now putting it in your new project. It doesn't make sense. So the cost to be the investment to be separate from cost you've incurred before. So those are sunk costs. Sunk costs are past costs that are irrelevant. So we based our cash flow on incremental cash flows. Okay, so another thing is externalities. Externalities. So who can help us? What's externalities? Yeah, now externalities. You know, like I said sunk costs. You don't include sunk costs in your cash flow, Abi? Okay, so what are externalities? Okay, if you know it, say it now. You don't worry about what they've said. You don't understand. If you know it, just say it. Okay, let me give you a typical example. So externalities now. What externalities means is, as you are trying to do your business, are we good? As you are trying to do your business, things that happen that are not part of your business are now coming to the business. Let me give you an example. For instance now, those that work in Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt for instance, maybe Shell, Chevron, as they are trying to drill their project, they are trying to drill their project, they are trying to do, they will now mess up people's water. Are we good? Are we good? So we have two types. We have positive and negative. Are we good? So business that are not part of your business. They are trying to drill, you now mess up people's fish, people's water and stuff like that, and negative externalities. Externalities are always in your NPV. Please note that externalities are always included in your NPV, because as you are trying to run your business, it's affecting other people. So you have to include it, whether negative or positive. So negative, for instance, now you're trying to do what's it called? They are included in your calculation of your capital budget. Calculation of your capital budget. You're trying to drill you are now messing up people's water. So as you're messing it up, it's a negative externality. It's a negative externality. So the community is now messed up. People cannot fish again. You've killed all their fishes and stuff like that. So we can give an example of positive externality. Positive externality. As you are trying to do your business, you are now doing corporate social responsibility within schools. Are we good? You are sending all those Warri Pikin, all those Delta Pikin, you are sending them to school in Lagos. You are giving them scholarship. Those are positive externalities. You said something, I missed that. So we have two types. We have positive and negative, Abi. So the positive are the one that you have that affect the society positively, or you doing your thing. Yeah, that guy that scored for Everton. Everton. That's how the boy is on the bench. He's on the bench, and he has scored 7 already. So automatically, as a defender, going to score. So as we're saying, positive and negative. Positive, as you are trying to run your business, it's affecting the society positively. Why negatively, as you're trying to run your business, it's affecting the society negatively. So we have positive and negative externalities. Are we good? So all of them, you include it in your calculation of your capital budget. Please don't forget to, you include it. Are we good?
The other one is some cost.
Some cost, yeah, which you ignore. Yeah. So another form of externalities is cannibalization. Cannibalization. So you also include that one. I will explain. You also include that one in your calculation of your also cannibalization. Cannibalization. You include it in your capitalization of your capital budgeting. Okay, so what cannibalization is saying is when I was in secondary school, I used to be a very bad boy. I never had one pen like this. I never had one pen. I never had one pen. All students that have. No, if I have kids now, I've changed. I'm not a changed person. But the only thing I can remember them very well was that.
Where is this bad boy?
The only thing
The sugar daddy.
So I was a very bad boy then, but thank God for life change, Abi. That's what you say. What would I say? So let's continue. So cannibalization, as I was saying, is another part of externality. So let's just it's one externality which occurs when investment takes customers and sales away from another part of the company.
Which one are you defining?
Okay, we said externalities. Externalities, we have different type of externality. It could be positive, it could be negative. We now said another form of externality is cannibalization. So we are now explaining cannibalization, but we don't really need to know it. But it's a part of, it's like a sale or investment that takes you away from your company. The definition you don't need to know, but just know that cannibalization is another form of externalities included in the calculation of your capital budget. Are we good? Are we good?
You are trying to define it.
Okay. When an investment takes customers and sales away from another part of the company. Take customers and sales away from another part of the company. Another part. So we are now another important point now. Conventional and non-conventional cash flows. This is very important. Conventional and non-conventional cash flows. Conventional and non-conventional cash flows. Okay, so what's an outflow? What sign is for an outflow? When that is going out of your company, negative, outflow, negative. Money that is coming into is an inflow, so it's positive. People make mistakes a lot, so let's pay attention. When you talk about conventional cash flow, this one usually comes to come out. Conventional cash flow. It starts with negative and all through becomes positive. Are we good? So either it starts with outflow. It starts with outflow, negative, then all through becomes positive. Are we good? Are we good? So non-conventional cash flow. Non-conventional cash flow. It changes signs. Non-conventional cash flow, it changes signs more than. So you have inflow, outflow, inflow, outflow, inflow, inflow, outflow, like that. It changes signs more than once. Are you good? Conventional cash flow just changes signs once. Non-conventional cash flow changes signs more than once. So let me now give you a typical example. Then I want you all to just judge cash flow. So you see something like this in your year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Is this conventional or non-conventional cash flow? Just know it in your mind first, then I will now ask. Khalid, are you okay? You want to eat? What do you want to eat? Tell me now, what do you want to eat? Yeah, talk now, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? So they have to buy food for. Come on, you eat down when we close. So, is this a conventional or non-conventional cash flow? Somebody said conventional. Conventional. Do we all agree? Are you? Do we agree? Yes. Do we understand? So it has only changed sign once. Are we good? So it doesn't matter whether it starts with negative, 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 negative. All matters, it has only changed sign once. So if you start with negative, becomes positive, negative, then positive, positive, positive. I'm changing signs more than one. That's not conventional. Please note this, it's very important. That's the first shortcut. Are you good? Can we move ahead? Okay. Independent versus mutually exclusive project. Independent versus mutually exclusive project. Independent versus mutually exclusive project. Independent versus mutually exclusive. So when we talk about independent project, the project, you are taking it on a standing. So the decision of it does not affect any other thing. It's just on that one. Whether it is positive or negative is based on that project alone. Are we good? When we are talking about mutually exclusive project, you are comparing it between, maybe among or between 2 or 3 projects. Maybe for instance, you have A or B, you have to choose the better of this A or B. Maybe if this A is 50 and this is 40, you have to go for the one that is better. Likewise, if it is among maybe 10 projects, you have to look for the one that is better or the best. Are we good? So mutually exclusive, you are comparing between or among so many projects, while independent is on a standalone. So when we move to when we get to level 2, we'll talk about more about capital rationing, unlimited funding and stuff like that. Unlimited funding and stuff like that. So for capital budget, these are our investment decision criteria. What we need to know. Investment decision criteria, we can write. So we'll touch on all this. Net present value, investment decision criteria, net present value, that's NPV, internal rate of return, payback and discounted payback period, profitability index, then account payback period, yes, profitability index, then accounting rate of return. We don't need that one here. We don't need it here. They didn't even mention it in your syllabus. Why? I don't understand. Discounted and non-discounted. How? As in? Okay, in terms of maybe the way we did it in ICANN, discounted and non-discounted. Okay, so net present value. The first this technique that made money for me. Because all I've been doing is just to do it in ICANN as this strategic financial management, then F9, I did it in F9 under ACCA. Then what's it called? Is it P4? What's it called? Under ACCA also. The first time I used this NPV technique, that easy to make money. Why is everybody quiet? Everybody is checking NSAS protest, have you? They are not with me. So what's NPV generally? Who can help us? So NPV, that's right. NPV is the present value of the future after tax cash flow. Present value of the future after tax cash flow. Of the future after tax cash flow minus the investment. Yes, minus the investment outlay. Minus the investment outlay. Minus the investment outlay. Yes.
So for NPV,
yeah, I'm with you.
I thought that we use like maybe raw cash flow for NPV.
We use raw cash flow.
Yeah, because you said cash flow net tax, right? Net tax.
Yes, you use net tax. Like if you check those decisions I gave you after tax. If you see that I gave you after tax, you check. Those are the important decisions. Bring out your calculator, because you know the truth is you don't need to know how to use it, do it manually, because they believe that why would you have the tools, you have everything, so why would you now be doing, you have Excel, why would you now be doing calculation of NPV manually? So they believe you have all these tools to do it. It's just to make the investment decision that you might probably have issues with. No, but you don't need to do it since the information is available. So what should I take you to the calculator to do it?
Yes.
Yes, I will. Or, but you don't need to waste time. You don't need it. You don't need it. When you need it, I'll let you know. So, you don't need it. What you need is just how to be able to plug it in your calculator, get your answer, and you move ahead. You see, when you needed that accelerated depreciation, I was telling you that do it manually. Don't use your calculator. But I will still teach you how to use calculator using accelerated depreciation and everything. So this is a project. Good. So using the project cash presented in table 1, this is table 1 I assume, NPV the project and determine whether it should be accepted or rejected, assuming the cost of capital is set. So this is a decision you have to make whether to do this project or not. So first of all, what do we mean by initial outlay? Somebody from the last class use money to get money. This is what you are using. This is what you are eating in, and this is what is coming in yearly. Abi? So this is you are putting $100,000 at $100. Abi? So this is what is coming in yearly. So that's it. So if you have invested 100, you expect 25, 50, 75. So at the end of the year, they are not expecting will it be profitable or not. So what they are now saying is this is just common sense. Are we good? Are we all following? This is just common sense. Let's say you put in 100. Abi? Put in 100. Now you now put in 25, 50, 75. So you now want to calculate if this project is profitable or not. So as an accountant, you believe that money you will receive now, money you receive later should be exactly. So you now want to discount it to now. Let's say this one is 0. Abi? That we believe that whatever you receive then should be what it is now. Abi? Let's say whatever you will receive 25 should be that 25 today. Are we good? So we don't need these rates. Just do everything you are receiving what it is now. It's going to be 25 plus 50 plus 75. So what's that? 150. We are now saying you have put in 100. Abi? So this is your profit. Your profit is 50 after year 3. Are we good? Are we good? So we are now saying that in the future, there is something we call cost of capital. That means cost of investing your money. Automatically, what it is now, what is the money now to you? So we are saying by the time you are getting 25 in year 1, what is the money now? Are we good? So that's where we now use this NPV to calculate if the project is okay or not. So your year 1, who can help me? Your year 1, what will you do to year 1? So this is going to be our year 1, Abi, 100, Abi. Abi? Why are you guys not talking now? So it's going to be 100, Abi, raised to power what?
1
Abi? Abi? What year? That is the manual one. No? Okay, so we are doing it manually now as Khalid has requested. So, no, we will still do it. We still do it with calculator. So we are saying that now, we are now saying that there is a cost of capital attached. You know, the first one we did was there was no cost of capital attached to it. So we are now saying that under this one, and there's now a cost of capital attached to it. So this year 1 now, we are saying at year 0, when you invest this 100, what does it lead to? You should help me with your calculator. 100 divided by 1. So it's 100, Abi? You understand? So what we are saying now, this year 0, your 100 is still your 100. Raised to power 0. This one will be 1, Abi? So we now move to year 2. So who can help me? It's going to be 25 divided by 1.09 raised to power 1. So who can help me? So what we are saying is, when you receive this 25, then, are we good? It's going to be 22.94 today. Are we good? So now we move to year 2. It's going to be 50 divided by 1.09 raised to power 2. What's our? So the best way to do it is first do the one down first. 1.09 raised to power 2, Abi. You now do 50 divided by whatever you get. You get your answer. Are we good? So what's our answer? Please, let's all try it. So if you're having any difficulty, you should be able to let us know. 42.08. So move to year 3, it's going to be 75 divided by 1.09 raised to power 3. What's our answer? 57 3, then minus 100. 22.94 plus 42.08 plus 57.91. I don't understand. What was the question?
The answer is the same as the one.
Okay, so it's 22.93. So this is our NPV, Abi? Is that our NPV? Okay, so should we accept or reject? So the rule is always accept any NPV that is positive, Abi? Okay. Always accept any NPV that is positive. Instead of wasting time and just wasting this, before you know it now, it take like 5 minutes in your exam. So just why don't you use your calculator? So let's now use our calculator, everybody. Anybody should try it, please. So what's the first thing to do when you are using your calculator? Oh yeah, please, let's all be trying it as we are doing it, please. So let's all be trying it. What do we do first? So what do we do first? I want us to finish MPV today.
So can you just do it?
No, you press cash flow. Cash flow, there's one place that is cash flow there. CF, second function, then clear work. Enter. Are we done? Second cash flow, you can be writing it down somewhere so that you know for the cash flow, second function, clear work. Are we good? So what's the next one now? So you move to, after you've done that, now clear Abby, to this one. Abby, you put 100, press. Is everybody trying it? Please, let's all try it, oh, please. Please, let's all try it. This is the best time you can use. When you, as soon as you get it, you are good to go. 100, you put 100. So now you now put the sign that is in front. Is it positive or negative? When I put negative, enter. Khalid, where are you going? Are we good? What step now? Let's wait for Khalid. Okay, we can continue. Okay, so what's the step now? We've done the, you enter B. So we now press your down key. Press your down key. You press your down key, Abby. So what is it saying now? CO1, Abby. Now press CO1. What's the CO1? That's get 1. 25. Is it positive or negative? Yeah, press positive. Then press enter.
Positive.
Yes. You don't need to press this. Is positive. 5 is positive.
So I just leave it.
Yes, just press enter. Then move to press down again. Move to the next one. Abby?
F01.
The F01 is showing that what that one is saying is it frequency 1? That means how many times did it appear? Sometimes they might give you 25. Instead of wasting time and doing, you can do like that too. But you just put, if it appears 3 times, just put 9, frequency 9. But this is just, it just appears 1, Abby. So you just put 1 and press what again? Enter and move down again. What is it? What I feel like? Oh yeah. Let's continue. So do like that till you get to 3. So when you see CO again, you now put 50. Enter again, move to year 3, like that. Okay. So which way are you now? We can start again. Okay, sure. So the first thing is you press CF, second function, clear work. Abby? Are we good? I think for those, you can download it on your phone too. They have all these things on Abby? You have it, yes, you can download it on your phone too. It's so easy. Second function, clear work, Abby. So you now, what is it saying? It's now showing CFO0, Abby. Okay, so at that 0, you put 100, which is what is here. Then you now check for the sign, put minus. Abby? No, you put 100 first, you now put minus. Press enter. You now move. Check everybody's notes. Check if anybody's doing. Check around. Oh yeah, stand up. Assistant lecturer. We are good here. Sharp. Which number you are done it? Yeah, move near. Yeah, but since it's just 1, it's just appearing 1, just put 1. Now move it down. 50. Enter. Okay. Okay. So we are in CO3 now, Abi. Let them get to CO3 too. Okay, we are now in CO3, Abi. Are we good? So you now press NPV. Yes, you now press NPV. NPV. Abi, what is showing? That's your interest rate, Abi. So it's saying that you want to compute NPV, Abi. Your interest rate is what? 9%. Oh yeah, put your 9%. You put it. Yes, 9. Just put 9. 9. Oh yeah, press enter. Now press enter, B. You now press down, then compute. Then compute. You see compute the CPT. Have you seen it? What is it giving you? 22.93. That was what we got. 22.93. It was just coincidence.
We did workings for the follow.
Yes, we did workings and we got 22.93.
That was the present value for year 1.
Okay, it's also present value for year 1. It was just a coincidence.
22.93.
When we were doing manual, 22.93 Abi, so it was just a coincidence, but this is the NPV. When you add everything and subtract this 100, you get 22.93. So by using your calculator also, you get 22.93. But you know what? Just forget about what we got here.
No, I want to.
No, we can't change. This is what it is. This is what the issuers are now.
In 4 places.
Okay.
What do you know? How do you arrive?
Okay, let's do it again for Mama so that she will understand.
We do it manually.
We'll do it manually. I think we did it manually. Maybe we didn't follow. That's why I did it manually. Okay, Mama, so let's look up. So when you are doing it manually, it's going to be here, it's going to be 100. 1 plus 0.09, Abi, raised to power 0. Abi, so what do we have? Move, which is going to be 25. 1 plus 0.09 raised to power 1. So, Mama, do it. $22.93. Abi? So we now move to, which is going to be 50. 1 plus 0.09 raised to power 2. What do we have? 42.08. So we now do year 3, which is going to be 75. 1 plus 0.09 raised to power 3. What do we have? 57.91. So this one is negative, Abi. So you now add all these 3 minus 100. Khalid, what's the issue today? You are not contributing to the account. Or your mind is at that head SAS. This is a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, just
a coincidence that is like that. At least we've cleared Mama's doubt. Are we good? Did we all try it? Did we all get it? Yeah. So it's better and safer to use your calculator instead of going through the stress of doing this manually. Instead of going through the stress of doing it manually and wasting your time and things like that. So can we continue? $22.93. So it's just a coincidence. So let's try another example on our own. Let's try another example on our own. Then we'll now move to internal rate of return. Internal rate of return. Right now feeling like if I catch you. No, let's do another example now. Then we'll now move to IR. Yeah, I want to create an example. So let's try this on our own. So MPV. So project A. So let everybody try this. Project B. We have year 1, which is going to be minus 100, minus 1,000. This one is 1,000. Year 2, 500, 100. Year 3, 400, 300. Year 4, 300, 400. Year 5, 100, 600. Then our cost of capital equals 10%. So calculate the NPV for the two projects.
This number is 600.
This one is 600. This one is 1,000, 100, 300, 400, 600. 500, 400, 300, 100. Okay, this one is sorry. Thank you. So it's year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. %. Please, let everybody try it. The two projects. Let's try it. Let's try it.
The figures for that project B is not there.
The figure for
Project B.
project B is not clear. Okay, for project B we have year 0 is 1,000. Year 0 is 1,000. Year 1, 100. Year 2, 300. Year 3, 400. Year 4, 600.
Year 3, 4.
400.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which one? Project B. This is 400.
What's the interest rate in the country?
10%.
What is the question, sir?
Eh?
What is the question?
Okay, what's the NPV for project A and project B? So what's our NPV? For project A is what? You put your interest. You now put compute. You press down. You now put compute. Recognize that there is interest. You now say you want to move to another. You press down. You press enter, then down. You press enter. Let Mama try it again before you provide us the answer. So let's continue. What's our project A? What's our NPV? 78 points. Okay, project B. Okay. So if this is a mutually exclusive, that means we are comparing between project A and project B. What's our answer? Go for the highest. IRB. Thank you. Yeah. So let's move into internal rate of return. Internal rate of return now.
I'm putting my 630, right?
No, 9 p.m.
Are we good? So a discount rate, right? IRR. A discount rate that makes the total present value of a cash flow a discount rate. Why are you disturbing our class now? Don't play the odds, play the man. A discount rate that makes the total present value of a cash flow, the total present value of the cash flow of the NPV equals 0. Present value of the cash flow of the NPV.
The total what?
The discount rate that makes the total present value of the cash flow of the NPV equals 0. Are we good? So when do we invest using NPV? When your NPV is positive, when your NPV is positive, you invest, Abi. So if your NPV, if it's a mutually exclusive, if the NPV is greater than the other one, you invest in the one that is greater, Abi. Okay. So for IRR now, when do we invest? You invest when your RRR is greater than your discount rate. You invest when your IRR is greater than your discount rate. Just look at, if you are finding it difficult to understand what greater is, the one that is on your right, Abi, that faces your right is your greater, Abi. The one that is on your left is your less than. Funny enough, it was one child that taught me this thing too. I didn't know it too before now. So you can get knowledge from anywhere. So when you do your right hand up, that's your greater, Abi. Your left hand up, that's